Madden and O'Dwyer. Ruck infringement by Madden. Or Somerville it was. Goes to O'Dwyer. Other side of the ground to Grinter. He'll be met by Anderson. Breaks the tackle. Gets the hand pass away from two knees. Stretch. Love it. Johnson. Alan Johnson. Beautiful kick of the football. The centre half forward Campbell. Wilson it was. Spoiled by O'Donnell. Great pick up by Neil Danaher. Isn't it fantastic to see him back? And look at the delivery to Buick. And Buick just waltzes around the man on the mark. Buick's kick to half forward. In front is White. Can't take the mark. Wallace with him. But well played by Sean White to find Road.
Good play by the Demons. This is Peter Road. They're in for a great game today. There are two very even sides. There's Duckworth appealing for the free kick, and he taps it on cleverly. Is that a free kick? No. Umpire Chris Mitchell says that was a fair contest. He'll come in and bounce it. Halfway between centre and half forward for Melbourne.
Terry Danaher off the ground, replaced by Craig O'Brien.
Well, it hasn't been in it all that much. Terry Danaher, there's a free kick going which way? It'll go Essendon's against Steve O'Dwyer. He's not happy with it, and it's going to Simon Madden. Madden almost at centre half back, goes wide looking for Long.
Great pace, Michael Long. Right footer, what a kick. Buick at half forward. And Long's gone on for the pass back, and he's going to get it. Oh, good football. And this should be a certain goal to the boy from Darwin.
I'll tell you what, he's exciting, Drew. He's only 19. He's going to be better next year.
He's good to watch, isn't he, Peter? An exciting player, that's for sure.
Michael Long goes for a pass rather than the score. And look at Izard. 10 metres in the clear, 8 metres from goal.
Yes, Alan Johnson's man. And that's something you can't do. You just have to be careful all the time.
Izard goals.
He kicked a goal here not long ago. Kicked it out to the right and swung it back. He's done it again, I think. Beautiful looking kick, and it's through.
Yes, Antrobus 3 goals, 2 in this second quarter, and the skill level being displayed by both these sides is quite amazing because of the amount of pressure that's being applied. It's been a game worthy of a final, of a elimination or qualifying final. Antrobus there kicking very accurately, truly for goal. He's been a very busy player for Essendon, and they're finishing off very well.
Prior to last week, Antrobus had played 9 games for 10 goals, but he's kicked 3 last week and 3 before half-time today. Uncontested, Steins, helped up by Campbell, helped on by O'Dwyer. Nobody's had a possession, and they've worked at the full forward, off the ground Viney, and through for a behind. A most unusual move forward to goal.
There's John Northey, and well, he'd be a little bit worried because Melbourne had a lot of the play in the first quarter, and they now trail. Izard at half back. Very good little men, Essendon, with Buick, Izard, Antrobus, Williams. Oh, good mark.
Looks like Spalding's been moved to centre half back, Peter.
Earl Spalding is a very good overhead mark. Towards half forward he goes. And that's a good mark there also. Steve O'Dwyer in the middle of that pack taking that one.
Yes, Danny Hughes has been switched to centre half forward.
Oh, good thinking. Now O'Dwyer, the leader's on a beautiful pass. And he's found Tony Campbell. Good lead, good pass.
Yes, well out in front of Neil Danaher. Good thinking there. Good lead by Campbell and a great pass by O'Dwyer.
Tony Campbell, a much maligned player here at Melbourne. Seems to get a lot of rubbishing by the supporters, but can play very good football at times. There's the chance for his first goal, and it's right through.
And this is one of the best games we've seen for the season, I'd say, up to this stage. The tackling, the chasing, the desperation that has been shown by both sides, and along with the skill level, especially the likes of Michael Long on the wing, Antrobus kicking for goal, and now Campbell, excellent kick for goal from about 45 metres out.
Steins wins another tap in the middle, but can't clear it. O'Brien's hand pass up in the air. It's tapped out to Long, who streams out towards the wing. Isn't he an exciting mover, Michael Long? Up to Plain. Plain draws a man. Over the top he goes. Barnes running out of room. Antrobus, he's got 3 already. Hurried snap. Now he's got 3-1.
David Flintoff off the ground and Luke Beveridge on. Alan Johnson with the right knee heavily strapped.
Must be injured, Flintoff. He's had 9 possessions. That's not bad.
Yes, I thought he played pretty well, particularly in that first quarter. There's Johnson going wide. He's looking out there for Peter Rode. Now, he was appealing for the free kick. Rode looked at the umpire and in the meantime was pinged for holding the ball.
Yes, he held it too long. He was looking for the hand pass to get it away. Should have just blazed away with the hand pass, got rid of it once. Duckworth had applied the tackle.
You see him...
well, I don't know what he was looking for, Peter, because there was no free kick going his way.
I think it was just before that, but there's the pass to Wallace. And a good lead by Dean Wallace, and he is marked about 45 metres out from goal. So already kick 1 after an excellent lead in the first quarter. Wallace, only a youngster. I know Kevin Sheedy has a very high opinion of this player. The Bombers lead by 4 points. Again, a chance to make it 10 from 45 metres. He's hooked it and has missed. So the margin now is 5 points in favour of Essendon.
Michael Roberts.
David Flintoff, they're working on his left calf. He's either got cramp or he's just received a knock.
Kick in, Steins can't mark. Madden punches up the ground, but the whistle's gone just as O'Brien was dashing away with it. And it's to be a free kick to Jim Steins. Half-back flank. Over the wing. Campbell and Walsh went for it. Comes off to Izard. Izard, a long kick just short of full forward. Clears White. Plain, what a clever tap. Barnes a goal.
Yeah, the house across the road. 150,000 it went for.
What? That dumb? How much?
150?
What's that make us worth?
Enough to start looking for a bigger place.
Why? We've got all the room we need here.
And a very nice room it is too, Graham.
If you have already proved yourself with your first home loan, talk to State Bank about your second.
I couldn't stand it again. Appointments with the bank manager, applications in triplicate. They just don't like parting with their money.
They're not the only ones.
At State Bank, we won't send you to the end of the queue. Anyone who's already done what you have done deserves better.
Okay. First we'll find a house, then we'll talk to the bank.
State Bank Victoria. We never forget. It's your money.
Let's get this straight. From September 3rd, only one airline can fly you all the way from Melbourne to London on a brand new Boeing 747-400. So if you want the best flight to London, make sure you're on the plane that turns up. British Airways, the world's favourite airline.
Ready to go?
Problems like this call for an original solution. Now, this bloke's got common sense. You can tell by his strides and shirt. The original Australian King G drill, made for people who don't mess around. Good fit and down to earth. They don't try to look good, so they do. The original King G drill, made for people who don't mess around.
He knew she was the most desirable woman he had ever met. He knew she shared her favors with powerful men. But he didn't know one of them was the head of the Pentagon, his boss. Jealousy led to murder. Murder led to a cover-up. A plot so bizarre, so secret, that the first thing to die was the truth. Kevin Costner, his best role since The Untouchables. With Gene Hackman in your Sunday movie.
Dwyer gets it straight down to Stephen Clark, though, for Essendon, and a good mark running with the flight of the ball has been taken by Sean White. Now off he goes. The hand pass to Spalding. Now playing at centre half back. Spalding wide. A one-on-one contest. Long at the back. Now let's see if Flintoff can get up and pick it up. Long is caught now. How will the umpire see it? Play on. The short pass is on towards the pocket. This is Barnes. Hand pass to Long. Long tries to chip it in front of goal. He's looking for Madden and he's found him. And he never wastes the ball at any time, that Michael Long.
Oh, he's a very classy player, isn't he? He's excellent usage of the ball. Got great skills. One of the fastest players you're likely to see playing league football. And set it up perfectly for Simon Madden to run in and take that mark.
Well, a lot of players would have blazed away at goal then, Bernie.
Yes, he's a very thinking player, uses the head. And it's good to see for a young player playing his first season.
Simon Madden for his first goal from 25 metres. Shouldn't miss from there. It'll make it difficult for Melbourne. And he pops it straight through.
Yes, I get the feeling that Melbourne are just relying on too few to do too much at the moment. Their forward line is virtually non-existent. Brian Wilson, of course, kicking the 3 goals in that first quarter. They've got Campbell playing at full forward. Jimmy Steins playing at centre half forward. And Stretch has been moved to the half forward flank off the wing. A lot of players just haven't been featuring in this game.
It doesn't look like we'll see Danny Hughes back. O'Dwyer with a big charge at this knock. Gets rid of Antrobus. And Antrobus will get the free kick. Now there's a bit going on between O'Dwyer and Antrobus. And there's a 50-metre penalty now.
Well, that was just stupid by O'Dwyer.
Yes, well, that started out here on the members' wing, where they had something to say to each other, but there's nothing to be gained by doing that. Giving Antrobus, who's kicked very well for goals so far, he's kicked 3 goals. And gives him a very good chance at his 4th.
Tony Antrobus, right in front, 40 metres out. Hoisted high, gets the distance for a goal.
And that's going to make it very tough for Melbourne now. They just haven't got the firepower that Essendon possess. A lot of their key players just have not featured in the game. Wilson now playing on the ball, has been moved out of the forward line. Ricky Jackson started off okay. But there's the 50-metre penalty that has caused that goal to Essendon, because Steve O'Dwyer, a foolish infringement which brought Antrobus to within about 40 metres of the goal, and he made no mistake.
I've got no doubt if they had fit men on the bench that Steve O'Dwyer would be spending a little bit of time on the bench. There's Neil Danaher down towards half forward. Plain, or they're firing now. Essendon. Bradley Plain's got it again. She's trying to get around on to give in a hand pass on the left. Madden taps it over the top, and it's a free kick to Melbourne.
Yeah, free kick against Antrobus.
Against who, Bernie?
Antrobus for a push in the back.
Beveridge to centre wing. Spalding, good mark. Oh, too slow to get rid of it. Now he does. To Yates. Graham Yates hooking it back towards half forward. They need someone to really start firing up forward. Here's Steins. A quick kick towards half forward. Tony Campbell on the left. Sets it up for O'Dwyer in front. Down the ground is Wilson. And Wilson dives on top of it. Umpire Chris Mitchell will come in and bounce.
Steve O'Dwyer looking for a free kick from the umpire. Chance here for the Demons. They need a goal out of this. They trail by 21 points. O'Dwyer taps, taken by Anthony Danaher. Long. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Lost control of it. Campbell, a quick hand pass out. But Viney couldn't control the ball. It socked away towards the boundary line to safety for the Bombers. This has been a scrappy start to this third quarter.
Viney's been a very quiet player today. He's had an attack of the fumbles on most occasions. He's gone for it.
21 points the Bombers lead by. Here's a Joe. A clever play, Wilson, as he kicks at goal and misses. What a beautiful ball. He's kicked 3, Brian Wilson. A brilliant first quarter. There's John Northey. He'll be a worried man at the moment because they trail by 20 points, Melbourne, and they're not playing well in this quarter, as we see Clark receiving the short kick in from Danaher.
Oh, it's got too much toe for them. Stephen Clark just burned them off. Up towards half forward. Anderson in front. White goes the spoil. Oh, well played by White. Outside of his boot. Brilliant. to Stretch. Oh, he's too slow, Stephen Stretch. Caught by Clark. The ball finishes up out. And why that wasn't a free kick for the tackle, I'm not really sure. We'll have a throw in.
Yeah, he's had a bad day, Stephen Stretch. Beaten badly by Anderson early in the match.
Steins against Somerville. Somerville tapped that down well to Williams. A quick kick comes towards half-forward Spalding. Doing well at half-back now. Hooks it back. Viney against Bailey. Bailey with strength. Viney gets front position. Caught. Gets in a quick hand pass, but Michael Long's there to mop up. And he is a brilliant player. He's found another youngster in Craig O'Brien. O'Brien brings it around towards the half-forward line. Madden tried to tap it on. Here's Steins. Was grabbed by Izzard. Izzard in after it. Too much pace for big Jimmy Steins. Steins looking at the umpire for a free kick, but you've got to play the whistle. Here's Brett Lovett. Caught. Quick hand pass. Johnson. Johnson was held. Play on calls Peter Cameron. Greg Healy dives on top of it. Here's Izzard. Some strong tackling. Well done by Barnes, but it comes to Connolly. Connolly a quick kick to centre wing.
Knocked away by O'Donnell towards the centre circle. Jackson roves it. Throws it out in front. He's caught holding the ball. Advantage played. Away goes Neil Danaher. Will he get a goal? It's a beautiful kick. Neil Danaher, welcome back.
Well, all of a sudden, some of the Melbourne players have sensed they're a chance in this game. Have really lifted towards half forward. It was Summerall trying to trap it on. Steins further afield to Flintoff. Flintoff around the boundary line, but waiting over the back for the Bombers is Dean Wallace to take a well-judged mark. He kicks to the centre of the ground to Izzard. And all of a sudden there's a bit of urgency in both sides. The attention was O'Donnell, that pass. Oh, over the top to Anderson. No, he elects to. Now he does go over the top to Anderson. Grinter comes at him and he's caught him. Puts the ball on the ground. Grinter in hard after Anderson. How will the umpire see this? He'll see it as a bounce. Time running out for Melbourne. 5 minutes and 47 seconds of play left in this match.
Melbourne led by 3 points at quarter time, and then the Bombers got going. They led by 9 at half time and 23 points at three-quarter time. So actually Melbourne have outscored them in this last quarter. 5.5 minutes left, and another ball up. Chris Connolly's another player who missed a lot of football, a couple of seasons. Clark caught red hot by Connolly, holding the ball.
Great tackle that by Chris Connolly, and they haven't done enough of that today, Melbourne. The strong tackling has been mainly by the Essendon side. There's Dersmer, who's obviously not fit, but he's taken a good mark. Over to Healy. Healy to Spalding. Spalding runs onto the left foot and tries to hook it back for O'Dwyer in front of goal. It's punched away. Here's a chance for Melbourne. Flintoff, an open goal, taps it through.
Well, this is much better by Melbourne. They've saved their best football towards the end of the last game. Towards the end of the last quarter, Essendon really taking their foot off the pedal at the moment. And Melbourne completely playing all over the top of them. So they're playing in the forward line. Flintoff kicks a very easy goal for Melbourne. And Essendon have just relaxed the pressure completely.
Well, I remember the quarter had gone 14 minutes before Melbourne even scored, and it was how far Essendon. But the D's have scored the last 4 goals. And now the margin 13 points. 2 goals won can level the scores for Melbourne. And Essendon certainly have come to a standstill. Remarkable game, really. Connolly and Melbourne just getting it out of the middle consistently now. Spalding. Melbourne keep it going forward. Chopped off by Walsh, though, who finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell to centre wing. On his own is O'Brien. He's done very well in his second game of league football. Into Buick. Buick straight up the centre. Barnes is there. Up early and marks. Well, a goal here would steady the tide and I think put the game out of reach for the Demons. Under 4 minutes left. And Barnes He's a youngster, but he's experienced enough to pull up his socks, pull them down, pull them up again. From 45 metres, hasn't scored anything. Campbell out of defence.
Tony Campbell, well, he had a good look to see who he would give it to, and he's found Dersma. Jamie Dersma at half-back. Time ticking away. Just over 3 minutes of play left as it's thumped away by O'Donnell. Out wide towards the boundary line. Izzard tries to keep it in play. He does, in fact, to Buick. Buick over the top to Plain. Plain's overrun it. Love it. Has tried hard. Over to Wilson, who after the first quarter has been pretty quiet. Punched away, back towards Healy. Oh, good play by Healy. Now he's trying to get it out. Kicked off the ground. And what did the umpire say holding the ball then?
Well,
he was trying to punch it out.
The umpire didn't think so.
Well, he was indicating that he was trying to punch it out, but I don't know where he was making a fair dinkum effort to get rid of that one, Peter.
Izzard takes the free. Madden can't take this mark. Anthony Danaher. Back he goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's pass is good. Oh, no, Somerville didn't go at that one too hard. Here comes Barnes. Now a hand pass to Bailey, who fumbles. Off the ground by Bailey. Connolly. Oh, he might have been legged there. Road, and a free kick to Connolly.
Just over 2 minutes of play left now. Chris Connolly, as Drew said earlier, one of the Melbourne players that has missed a lot of football over the years. Here's Billy Duckworth over to Danaher, over to his brother. It was Terry Danaher to Anthony Danaher. Now long kick by Danaher. Chance for Essendon for a mark. Darren Buick. And he was about to play on. Now he does. And pops it through for a goal.
Yes, Darren Buick putting the match beyond doubt. Essendon winning 16-12, 108. Their major scorers, Antrobus 4 and Madden 3. Melbourne.
Just to make sure of his place in that finals lineup.